So Logan, like as far as the stunts in this series, I mean, they're just absolutely extraordinary. We talked about how they wanted this to feel as real as possible, and really starting with the first film, they nailed that. Everything feels real. I mean, in later films he falls down a 20-story building and but it survives, but they kind of get some plausibility to it. So
he does one thing that I read in a comic somewhere, which is the best way to survive one big fall, turn it into a lot of small falls.
Yes.
Which he does.
Yep.
He does do that.
Yep. There you go. They play fast and loose with the physics of a bulletproof suit, but again, later films. So as far as this film goes, the implementation of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the real gun training that he went through. In fact, in the process of all these stunts and all the training he did, he actually, I don't know if it was in this film or later films, but he accidentally seems to have invented a quick reload move that actually shaves off time in competitive shooting and now is a thing. He didn't just make things real, he made real things better.
See, I like that you were bringing it to a good thing, because I thought you were bringing in the realism with how Keanu fights as John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you know this, but I think I remember reading on the movie Chain Reaction way back when. Tail into the 90s with
That's
Keanu.
Going back.
He hurt himself and had both a bulging and a fractured disc in his like back and in his neck.
Wow.
So when he got onto the first Matrix, like he didn't really tell anybody because he didn't want to lose the job.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you watch any of the bonus features for like Matrix 2 at the very, like he's wearing a neck brace.
Oh yeah. That I saw him doing that all the time. I thought that might have been precautionary.
No, it was because of this injury. So you'll notice kind of in the first movie, he's doing a lot of kind of big movements, and the movements that he kind of does, especially as you get into like Resurrections, they tone down a little bit. So his fighting style in the John Wick stuff, because he wants to do a lot of his own fight choreography, it's all, okay, here's the actual move. How do we modify it so that Keanu can do it and it still looks just as good?
Yeah. And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of the areas where that can all come into play. It's not the big kung fu like they did in The Matrix. It's a lot of throws, it's a lot of rolling, it's a lot of that. And one thing that I really respect about him is people in interviews all the time keep trying to say, so you do all your own stunts in this film? And he goes, no. I do not do stunts. I do action, because there are people who do the stunts, the really dangerous stuff, get hit by cars, fall off buildings. They do all that stuff. That's stunts. And they do it, and they do it to an extraordinary level. And I heard Danny Trejo say this. He said, stunts? I don't do stunts. If I do stunts and I get hurt, all these people are out of work for a period of time until I get better. And so that comes with a huge responsibility. Look at Tom Cruise. He does a lot of his own stunts too, but he also puts up the money with the insurance. So if he gets hurt,
producer who has to pay if it goes south.
Exactly. And he actually did that when he broke his foot on one of the Mission Impossible movies.
But give him credit. He finished the shot.
He finished a shot.
Still usable.
Yep. He finished a shot. It stayed in the movie. And then they took a few months off for his foot to heal.
I think actually from what I've heard, they took a few days off and then just filmed scenes where he just had to stand there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Like they filmed with the rest of the cast.
They did the non-running action scenes.
Yes, exactly.
Everything from the shoulders or waist up, with no cast on his foot.
Can you turn and shoot? Yeah.